Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. This is your host and coach Aditya Sisodia, and I would love to welcome you to the masterclass, our initiative to help you. In our today's episode, we are going to understand what are the 7 signs that you are headed for a financial disaster. You can have an impending failure. Now, remember, this failure is impending. It's not a one time event, it's happening for one simple reason that whatever you have done in the past, it is happening. Everything in your life, be it a failed relationship or something where you are not happy with yourself, everything has happened. Now, in our today's discussion, we are going to be talking about 7 signs that are guiding you, that are indicating that you are heading for a financial disaster. And as always, I would encourage you to pick up your paper pen, keep up your thinking hat, and be ready to brainstorm. Now, the idea is before we actually begin with this thing, what do you think are the 7 signs, warning signs, that you're heading for a financial failure? Or should I put it as a financial disaster? Think about it. What are the 7 signs? Now, without further ado, let's begin our today's conversation with sign number 7. Now, sign number 7 is lack of financial planning and money management. Yes, lack of financial planning and money management. If I ask you, what are your needs versus what are your wants? How much aware would you be? Are you living on this credit card lifestyle? In our previous episode, we did discuss and explore the importance of having a credit card. But are you having a credit card mentality? Are you using credit card to go in for things which you can hardly afford? Do you have a genuine need, or have you been brainwashed that you want something? Think about it. Are you driven by the ads which you are seeing? Does a e-commerce website notification pop up brainwashes you? Just think about it, because these are some basic things which trigger us into impulsive buying. And once this impulsive buying starts, it is quite difficult and typical to control. Next is money management. Now, when I talk about money management, the challenge is, are you aware how you are going to plan your funds? Where exactly are you going to use your funds? Think about it. One of the biggest challenges that I have seen with the majority of the entrepreneurs and working professional is they hardly have a money management. Now, you might be curious, okay, how can I begin with the money management? The most fundamental step is track your inflows and outflows. Yes. Do you have an expense tracker? If I ask you, how much did you spend on a particular event date? Are you sure about it? Just think about it for a moment. It's very crucial, very important. Moving over to point number 6, you are dipping into your retirement funds. Do you even have a retirement fund? Now, you might say, I've just started working, or why do I need a retirement fund? I'm a bachelor, or I have a working partner. I don't feel the need of a retirement fund. Let me pause you for a moment. And let me encourage you to just reflect upon what about your future? If tomorrow you want to take a break or you just want to sit back, do you have some financial planning? Think about it. How are you planning your retirement? What kind of scheme, what kind of investments are you doing? Do you have a financial advisor with whom you have explored all the possibilities? You have planned how you are going to clear off your loans. Is that clear? If not, work with a financial advisor, work with a financial consultant, plan your investment, plan your retirement. Otherwise, just reflect upon it. What would happen if you don't have a retirement fund and tomorrow you have your bills in place? Would you be using one card to clear off other debt? Just think about it. Moving over to, and this is my personal favorite, point number 5. And I have seen many people guilty of this uh, point, which is just guess it. Can you guess? It's borrowing money from your friends, family, or any P2P, peer to peer platform. The very fact that you are borrowing money itself means that you have lack of financial prudence. How well can you manage your funds? How well can you plan your investment, your emergency fund? Do you even have an emergency fund? Just reflect upon it. Now, as we are moving over, let's move over and explore point number 4. Point number 4. If you are having a credit card, and I do feel that after watching our previous episode where we did invite you to have a credit card, ask yourself and check what's your credit card utilization every month. How much are you spending in your credit card limit? Have you ever calculated? Think about it. If your credit card utilization is above 30%, it's surely a plan for disaster because you are maxing out on your credit limit. So just think about it. And as we move over to point number 3, I would request you to just reflect upon the last 4 points. We started with poor financial planning and money management, then borrowing from your peers, friends, family, then having lack of retirement fund, then overutilization of your credit limit. Now, let's segue into point number 3. Any guess? And as we are moving to point number 1, you would see that many of these signs are a telltale. And you don't need any mathematics because you can easily understand. Just guess. Okay, so the point number 3 is you fail to save any money. Your expenses and your bills are as such that you are living from hand to mouth, paycheck to paycheck. Just reflect upon how you are living, how you are putting your funds in place. Are you even able to save any money in the first place? Or every time you get, you clear off all your debt, you clear off all your loans, all your expenses, and then you reflect upon? Just think about it. Because if you're hardly able to save anything in case of a misfortune, it's going to be troublesome. So do reflect upon that. Now, let's narrow down to point number two. Hmm? What is point number two? Any guess? Think about it. Think about it. Taking a personal loan to clear off your other debts. Yes, I have seen people. I have seen people who take off a personal loan to clear other debt or to purchase things. I would request you to please sit with your trusted advisor, go through your financial bill, expenses, calculate how early, how soon can you clear off your financial debt, and what prudence you need to take in the first place. Think about it. Think about it. Narrowing down to point number one. Now, it's very crucial. This point number one is very, very crucial. Not hiring a financial advisor, a financial planner from the very start. See, a billionaire has an average seven sources of income. It can be through rental income, it can be through affiliate marketing, it can be through merchandise or anything else. How many sources of revenue slash income do you have? If you're only dependent upon your monthly paycheck, then you are one paycheck away from bankruptcy. Have you hired a mentor, coach, consultant, advisor for yourself? Or even as a matter of fact, a financial counselor for yourself who would aid you, who would support you? I would strongly recommend you, if you are a bachelor, do hire a financial advisor. If you are a working professional, you haven't started, do hire. If you are going off through a layoff or something, do work with a consultant. If you are married, do work. If you are separated, do work. If you are a student, do speak to a financial advisor. You'll be able to understand how to clear off your loan, how to plan your future education, higher education, your working, your standard of living. Remember, your salary comes in late. It is important that you plan before time, beforehand. So, which is your favorite one? Do think about it. And if you find or identify any of these warning signs, I would highly recommend you do be mindful about it. Stay alert on these things. So, ladies and gentlemen, I would like to thank you for tuning in and showing us your support. Hope you enjoyed this short interactive session. I would love to learn from you, and I'll see you on the other side.